Welcome to Palm Springs Stadium. I'm Joey Senna. Sitting to my left is Jacob Kronberg. Thanks for joining us this morning for the first game of the doubleheader at the stadium between the Alberta Grizzly and the Manitoba North Stars. The Grizzly is the home team. They're in the field right now. Pitching for them is Wyatt Beto. Beto's coming in with a record of 1-0. He's pitched 7 innings early on in this season. He has 10 strikeouts, and he's allowed 5 walks. His ERA is sitting at an even 2. We're expecting a great matchup here. A little overcast skies above, but still fairly warm.
Yeah, Beto, a guy who has come out of the pen twice. He has started once, and someone that head coach Jared Lemieux expects to get 4, if not 5 innings out of and help carry his team to yet another victory.
First pitch of the game comes at 10:02 a.m. Strike one taken by Taylor Lomack. This is what the lineup looks like for the North Stars. Lomack at the plate leading off. Penzetta batting second, playing center field. Taken strike 2 from Lomack. And batting third is the second baseman, Denver Blinn. In the cleanup spot is the right fielder, Daniel Youngblood. Batting fifth is a catcher, Cole Brodnansky. At 6 and 7, Xiaopin Ho at shortstop, and Bradley O'Neill at first. And the 8 and 9 hitters upstairs for ball 1. Brett Donady at third base, batting 8th. And rounding out the lineup is the designated hitter, Chi Hao Tu.
Lomack's a great table setter for the Manitoba North Stars. He's got tremendous speed. We saw 5 stolen bases out of Taylor Lomack in a single game yesterday.
Comebacker right to Beto, who underhand tosses it over to Bird Jr. for out number 1. Behind home plate is Roman Frecking, and the field umpire is Joshua Garcia. Now digging in from the right side is Nick Penzetta. Beto works from the windup. First pitch swinging, strike 1. The 0-1. Beto looks in, gets the sign, delivers. Strike 2. Beto doing a nice job getting ahead of the count early.
Is improved as the season has gone on of mixing the eye levels of the hitters. He's working to that low knee-high part of the zone, and then once in a while will run that firm fastball upstairs, creating some swings and misses.
Penzetta's hitting 400 so far early on in the season. Fouls that off into the metal bleachers. Heads up to the fans in attendance. Free bag of popcorn coming those guys' way. Nick Penzetta is 6 for 15. Just over a week into this California Winter League season. Ground ball gets by the third baseman, Arriola, who dove for it. Rounding first, the play at second base. The throw does not get in time. So a 1-out double for Nick Penzetta.
The top 2 guys of this North Stars lineup run extremely well. We talked about Lomack with the stolen bases, and then Penzetta. He's just so quick. He's always thinking 2 out of the box and any of those bleeders down the line or that sneak into a gap. And it's a couple of guys who can put themselves in scoring position much easier than, I guess, your average player.
Already 2 batters in, and the North Stars have a runner in scoring position for Denver Blinn. Low and outside for ball 1. Blinn is 4 for 11. sitting at a .364 batting average. 1-0 from Beto. Big swing and a miss from Blinn.
Yeah, Wyatt's induced a couple of swings and misses on that fastball up. We saw one on the first pitch to Panzetta, now one to Blinn. Until guys catch up to it, that's a part of the zone that's going to force a lot of swings, and you can kind of play with it until someone starts to put it in play.
Beto looks back at the runner, throws home. Fly ball into left center field. Going back, tracking it down is Gates, the left fielder. The runner tags from second base. And Nick Panzetta makes it safely to third.
There's that speed again. Not a lot of guys are going to tag up and try and advance a base on a fly ball in front of them. You'll see that on a ball hit to left, or rather to right field. But to left, Panzetta trusts the speed, trusts the legs, and he beats it. Even if it was a good throw, he was not going to get there in time.
Brings up the cleanup hitter, Daniel Youngblood, who takes in the dirt for ball one. Youngblood is hitting .500. He's 5 for 10. He has 4 RBIs early on in the season, looking to pick up his 5th.
He had a first-inning RBI single yesterday that scored Taylor Lomack at the time, and Manitoba would love a first-inning run back-to-back days. Serves as that tone setter for the game.
Beto looks in, works from the windup, fly ball, the right side of the field. Going over the fence is Bird Jr., making a great effort, but just beyond his reach.
Yeah, Vincent's fortunate with how tall he is, 6'7", running over toward that fence. There's a lot of guys who maybe their gut or even their chest is going to run in to the top part of that fence, hit Vin in the part of the body that bends. And just kind of leaned over, seems just fine.
1 ball and 1 strike to Youngblood. Runner on third base and 2 away. Ball 2 upstairs. Thanks for joining us from Palm Springs Stadium. That's fouled back into the netting. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a runner on, and 2 outs. Youngblood also has a home run this season. Haven't seen very many home runs on this field.
We've just seen
Only
the one.
Seen one, right? Yeah.
Danny Carnazzo on day 2. Carnazzo of the A's, I believe it was.
It's 400 and straightaway center. Both the foul poles are at 350. The count's now full to Youngblood at the plate. Beto takes a trip around the mound. He'll settle back in. Working from the windup with 2 away and a runner on third. Ball 4 to Youngblood, who has a 2-out walk.
It looks like Cole Rankin is going to bat. The original spot had Brodnansky listed.
So Rankin steps in from the left side. Runners on the corners, 2 away. Strike 1 taken by Rankin. Oh, 1. Beto shakes off the first pitch. Ball's hit into left field. Foul or fair? Just foul. Down the left field line. Beto way ahead, 0-2. It's Canada Day at the ballpark.
Yeah, we've got a really strong crowd on hand for early in game one. Usually the crowd trickles in midpoint of this one and stays for the second game as well, but we may get ourselves a packed house today, Joe.
Runners on the corners. We're scoreless here in the first. 2 away. Fouling off and staying alive is Cole Rankin at the plate. Beto attacking the strike zone here in the first. Beto back in the stretch on the first base side of the rubber. That ball's hit into right center field, an RBI for Rankin. 1 run in. Youngblood rounding third, and another run is in for the North Stars, who take a 2-0 lead here in the top of the first inning.
Easy score for Daniel Youngblood from first with his speed, a ball that split the gap in right center field. That's the start you're looking for if you're Manitoba. A couple of runs early set the tone.
Trey Morale, the pitcher for the Grizzly, has a lead before he even steps on the mound. Rankin looked like he's hurt. He jogged over. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner.
Hans Feng's going to go in and run. After the 2-run double.
Brings up Xiaopin Ho. He'll bat with a runner on second and 2 away. Strike 1 on the outside corner from Beto. We have the Grizzly in green and the North Stars in blue. Both wearing white pants. Ball 1 upstairs to Ho.
We saw Xiaopin pitch out of the bullpen yesterday. 3 innings of pretty successful ball for a guy who is an infielder by trade.
The 1-1. Beto looks back at the runner. Throws home. Breaking ball. Finds the strike zone. Strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The North Stars with a 2-0 lead. Ball is put into play. Ariola, the third baseman, fields it cleanly and throws over to Bird Jr. to wrap up the top half of the first inning. But not before the North Stars get a 2-out RBI double from Cole Rankin to take an early 2-0 lead. Welcome back. We head to the home half of the first inning. The Grizzly trail 2-0. Leading off for the Grizzly is Desmond Gates, the left fielder. Sam Frantino hitting second. Noah Areola, the third baseman, is batting in the 3-hole. Strike one to Gates. Batting cleanup, the right fielder, Jake Hall. Batting fifth is Anthony Pomilia, the shortstop. 6-7 hitters are Ethan Baker, the designated hitter. Ball one just outside. Travius Ford, the center fielder, is batting seventh. And the 8 and 9 hitters are Vincent Bird Jr., who's at first base, and Jackson Murphy, the catcher. 1-1 to Gates, who hits from the left side. Ball two way outside from Trey Morale.
Morale's been extremely impressive in his first couple of appearances. The 6-7 right-hander is yet to allow a run over 9 innings. And boy, can he strike him out in bunches. 19 strikeouts in 9 innings pitched for Trey Morale.
Strikeout machine. Morale's behind in the count. 3 balls and 1 strike to Gates. The 3-1 is outside. Leadoff walk for the Grizzlies. That brings up the second baseman, Sam Frantino. Sam's hitting .286. Small sample size, 2 for 7. Gates takes a small lead from first base. Morale looks over, deals home. Strike one taken by Frantino. The North Stars with an early 2-0 lead. Morale looks in. Dishes home. Ball one up and in to Frantino. Would you expect Gates to steal a bag here?
I think he'll take a shot at some point in this at-bat, but also in a situation now where we have seen 8 pitches from Trey and only 2 of them have been in the zone. Do you want to give your team a chance to run into an out? I'm not so sure.
2-1 thrown over. A nice dig from O'Neill to keep that ball in front of him. Morale with the 2-1. The runner goes. A little blooper into left field. Finds the outfield grass. Gates heads to third base. So runners on the corners for the Grizzlies. Still nobody out here in the home half of the first inning for Noah Areola, the third baseman.
Aren't many things prettier than a well-executed hit and run. Gates on the move. Pitch that runs inside to Frantino. He just kind of punches it over the shortstop Xiaopin Ho's head. And Gates, quick hesitation going around second. Saw that. Nobody was quite near that ball. Took off for third. And the Grizz are cooking.
Strike one to the number 3 hitter, Areola. Grizzly trying to respond to the 2-run top half of this frame by the North Stars. The 0-1, just low for ball one. This is what the outfield looks like for the North Stars. On the right side of the infield, O'Neill at first, Blinn at second. On the left side, Xiaopin Ho in the shortstop position, and Donady at third. Behind the plate is Pagalitas. And out in the outfield from left to right is Lomac, Pinzetta, and Youngblood. The runner from first base goes and is now in a rundown. He gets back to first base safely. Desmond Gates doesn't move anywhere from third base.
Interesting to not see Gates
try and take off there.
Not even dance a little bit or break and then try and allow Frontino to kind of evade a tag and try and score a run. You are down 2, and it looked like you're going to run the old-fashioned Little League play there when Morale stepped off.
Morale searching for a strikeout here with runners on the corners and nobody out in the home first. Runner goes. Areola shoots a ball into right field, bending foul off the metal bleachers out in right field. So we'll do it again. Desmond Gates at third base after a leadoff walk. Sam Frentino singled. He's on first. (2-0) North Stars lead. Morale looks in, kicks, steals. Foul tipped to stay alive.
Barely got a piece of that one.
Pagalita's unable to squeeze it. No winds at all. Overcast skies above. One ball, 2 strikes. Put into play in right center field. Shallow right center field. And Pinzetta plays it on a bounce. In comes Gates. And the Grizzly respond after giving up 2 runs in the top of the inning with a run here in the bottom of the first. And they're still cooking. Nobody out. And runners on the corners once again.
A lot of early offense from both sides. Just putting the ball in play, limiting the strikeouts. We've seen a strikeout-heavy league through the first week, but the bats continue to get warmer. Guys are swinging it a lot better, and good things happen when you put the ball in play. That's been the trend of this game, and we're not even through an inning yet.
Sam Frentino had a good read on the ball. He's now at third base. Now batting is a cleanup man, the right fielder, Jake Hall, who takes strike 1 on the outside corner from Morale. The 0-1 put into play right off the cleat of Hall. That's a foul ball.
That one's going to sting a little bit.
Yes. Morale looking for a strikeout here. He's way ahead, 0-2. Looking for the first out here in the bottom of the first. Put into play. Blinn over to Ho. 1 and 2. 4-6-3 double play. And Morale needed that.
Definitely needed something to calm the nerves. Game is tied, but now you have 2 outs. The base is empty. Time for Trey Morale to be the Trey Morale we've seen the first 2 starts and start shutting down this Grizzly lineup.
Sam Frentino comes across to score. We're all tied up. New ball game. 2-2 with 2 away here in the home half of the first inning. Anthony Pomelia, look at his first at-bat. Pomelia is 1 for 9 early on in the CWL. Takes inside and low, ball 2. 2 hits apiece, all tied up at 2. Lower outside corner for strike 1. Breaking ball didn't break enough. That's ball 3.
What worked so well for Morale in the first couple of outings is that fastball, cut fastball, slider combination. Them all playing off that same plane, but breaking at different varieties. And he hasn't quite had the control of that front door slider, which was the money pitch.
Like we saw his last outing. Full count. Little blooper to the infield. The first baseman, O'Neill, makes the play. And we head to the second inning, all tied up 2-2. We'll be right back from Palm Springs Stadium. Welcome back as we head to the top of the second inning, tied 2-2. The North Stars will bat for the second time. 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up. O'Neill, Donady, and 2. Strike 1 to Bradley O'Neill. Beto gets back to work. Delivers ball 1. Beto's feeling good after giving up those 2 runs. His team comes right back and scores 2 runs of their own. Swing and fouled from O'Neill.
Yeah, look, sometimes your pitcher has to pick up the offense when things aren't there, and sometimes when your pitcher has a bad inning, the offense can pick him up. All facets of the game intertwine.
1-2, a comebacker to Beto. Had a hard time grabbing it at first, but underhand throws it to Bird Jr. for out number 1.
Not sure if that hit Beto's glove on the end of his hand or hit off the heel of his foot. Lost his footing a bit. Could have been because he was drifting down the side of the mound.
We'll have a mound visit.
Yeah, Jared Lemieux's going to go just check on him, make sure he's all right.
Yeah, give him a minute. Beto takes a walk around the mound. He settles back in against Brett Donady, the third baseman. With nobody on and 1 out, big swing and a miss from Donady, strike 1. Beto looking for a shutdown inning after giving up 2 runs in the first. Beto working from the windup, delivers the 0-1. That pitch was high. And Donady went after it,
It looked
that
like
high fastball.
he took a little bit off of it, too. Maybe a breaking ball or a changeup that just kind of slipped and stood upstairs. Donady was looking fastball.
The 0-2 is outside in the dirt. Beto changing speeds and changing locations. One ball, two strikes. Nobody on and one away. Here in this 2-2 game. We're in the top of the second. Beto throws home just above the strike zone for Roman Frecking, who's behind home plate.
It's a good pitch and even a better take from Brett, who's got to be a little antsy in the box at this point. 0 for his first 7.
Strikeout for Beto for out number 2. That is Beto's first strikeout this morning. Now hitting is Chi Hao 2, the designated hitter, in the 9th spot today.
Had a great day yesterday. A 3-hit ball game in the loss for Manitoba.
Whole bat with 2 away and nobody on. Beto looking to record a 1-2-3 top of the second for the Grizzly.
Chi 2 was actually 0 for 6 to start the season before going 3 for 3 yesterday.
That'll help out his batting average. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Look, only in the first couple of weeks of the year can you go from hitting 0 to hitting 333 in a good afternoon.
Yep.
There's a lot of guys who wish they could have their numbers grow like that mid-season.
Yeah. 1-1 is in play just by Areola underneath his glove at third base. That ball was hit hard, so they're going to give him a hit, the official scorer. So a 2-out single for 2. The lineup flips over. Taylor Lomax steps in. Last time up, Lomax hit a comebacker to Beto. He's 0 for 1. Upstairs, ball 1. Two takes a lead from first base. Beto looks in for the sign. He and Murphy agree. Throw home. Strike 1. That breaking ball working well for Beto here in the second inning.
Couple of good curveballs for Wyatt so far, that's for sure. And look, he's got the cut fastball, a changeup, and a curve. It's been mainly fastball curve.
Lomax swings through that. Strike 2.
And he's trying to establish that upper crust of the strike zone with the fastball, change the eye level of the hitters. And then he starts the curveball at that same height, hoping it will dive into the strike zone.
1-2 from Beto. Put into play on the right side. Bird Jr. goes and plays it. Tosses over in time to Beto, who did a nice job getting over to cover first base. So not a 1-2-3 inning for Beto, but he faces 4 batters and puts up a 0 in the top of the second. All tied up 2-2. Morale goes back to work on the mound, looking to do what Beto did and have a shutdown second inning. Batting for the Grizzlies, designated hitter Ethan Baker.
Look, the first three guys got on against Trey. He walked the leadoff man. A couple of singles created those runs.
Strike one. Back in the strike zone is Morale.
But then you get a pitcher's best friend, that double play ball off the bat of J. Call. You bounce back, get a soft pop-up, and now it's time to settle in if you're Trey.
Just low for ball 3. Yeah, we mentioned he's a big strikeout guy. He has yet to record a strikeout this morning. Has an opportunity right here in a full count to Baker. Awaits the 3-2. Let's see if that's a foul ball. It is in foul territory, and unable to get under it and make a play on it is the catcher, Pagalitas.
So
tough ball to track for Pagalitas behind the plate.
Yeah, it didn't quite get as high as those traditional pop-ups that the catchers go after. But it does give Ethan Baker an extra life, and that's a soft out that Trey Morale could have used.
Yes. The 3-2 to Baker. Breaking ball just high. Another leadoff walk. Given up by Morale, who walked Gates in the first inning, who came around to score. 2-2 here in the bottom of the second inning. Man on for Travius Ford, the center fielder.
Ford making his Grizzly debut.
Yes.
Coming over from the Palm Springs Power. Travius was 4 for 12 with the Power. Couple of RBIs. He's got hits in his last 2 games. And trying to make an immediate impact for Jared Lemieux's bunch.
The 0-1 is fouled back out of play beyond the bleachers. Into Sunrise Park behind us. Thanks for joining us wherever you may be on the California Winter League YouTube channel. The first Friday in February. Into center field, or shallow center field. Still in the infield dirt. Is Ho gets under it and makes the play.
Soft contact induced once again by Trey Morale. And the at-bats where he has pounded the strike zone are the at-bats where he's found success on the mound right now. 2 of the 4 runners that have reached have been free passes.
Now batting is the power hitter, Vincent Bird Jr. Steps in, wastes no time, and hits a shot into center field all the way to the wall over the head of Pinzetta in center field. Rounding second, heading to third is Baker. Vincent Bird Jr. right on cue. Hits a 1-out double.
Bird just rakes.
Yes.
There's no other way around it. That guy comes to the dish, and you know something is getting barreled up. Blasted that to center field. And look, the outfield's obviously playing deep against Bird Jr.
Quick mound visit.
Forcing the runners to stay put because maybe Pinzetta does leap up and make that. Maybe makes a spectacular catch. If most hitters are up, that's an RB and make that and hit that ball, it's an RBI double for sure. Because the outfield is just not going to play as deep as they do against Vincent Bird Jr.
Vincent Bird Jr. hit that ball 97 miles an hour off the bat to straightaway center field. Ball gets away from Pagalitas, and in to score is Ethan Baker from third base. The Grizzly take a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Bird Jr. advances to third base. Runner on third base for Jackson Murphy, the catcher for the Grizzly. Fouls that behind the plate. Morale still trying to settle in on the mound. Gave up 2 runs in the first, 1 run here so far in the second. One just low to Murphy, ball 2. Morale looks in, deals home. Ball put into play by Murphy into right field. Youngblood settles under it. Bird Jr. gets home from third on that sacrifice fly by Jackson Murphy. The Grizzlies scored 2 runs in the first, and they do the same thing here in the second. They lead 4-2.
Productive out. Runner on third, less than 2 outs. Your job is to get him home. Jackson Murphy got a pitch he could hit out into the air, and it was plenty deep to right field where Youngblood really didn't have a chance to get Bird.
Brings up the leadoff hitter, Desmond Gates. Takes ball 1 in the dirt. Last time Gates was up, he walked and came across the score in the first.
Trey Morrill already at 40 pitches. They use a lot of bullets in these first couple innings.
Ball is hit to O'Neill, the first baseman, who will tag the bag himself. We head to the top of the third inning. The Grizzlies tack on 2 more runs here in the home second. They lead 4-2. We'll be right back.
Two, three, four due up in the order for the Manitoba North Stars, who now trail the Alberta Grizzly 4-2. Jacob Kronberg, Joey Senna here as Penzetta lays down a bunt on the first pitch. Off the mound to the right to glove is Beto. Throw down to first, up the line, and Bird held onto it. Nice play by Beto off the mound to field it. He threw from a knee. And how about Vincent Bird holding on to that ball as his left arm was pretty much run over by Penzetta.
I can't believe he was able to hold on to that. Great job. Great play by Bird Jr.
1 pitch, 1 out for Wyatt Beto and the Alberta Grizzly, who now work with a 4-2 lead after scoring 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings. Denver Blinn digs in, flied out to left in his first at-bat, as he takes a breaking ball down and in for ball 1.
We've seen Blinn hit all over in the lineup, but he's got promoted and is now hitting in the 3 spot.
Starting to square up the ball more and more is Denver, who's got the bat hanging over his back shoulder. 1-0 fastball, cut on and missed for strike 1. Beto gave up 2 runs in the opening inning. It was Penzetta who doubled, and then Cole Rankin drove him and Daniel Youngblood in with a 2-run double. Beto out of the windup, 1-1 curve tipped into the mitt for strike 2.
Blinn is hitting .364.
Not too shabby.
No.
Pretty good start to the year for Denver. Wyatt Beto works out of the windup, full motion home, 1-2, bounce to the right side. On the backhand is Bird. He'll set an underhand toss to a covering Wyatt Beto, and there is out number 2. So the first put out of the inning goes Beto to Bird. Now it's Bird to Beto, and that duo looks to get through a 1-2-3 third inning.
Beto has fielded his position really well today. On a few comebackers, he's made a couple plays over at first base.
PFPs. There's a reason you practice them.
Yep.
There's a reason we have spring training and everybody goes over them. 2 outs, nobody on. 4-2 lead for the Grizzly, looking to keep it that way. As the slider misses upstairs to Daniel Youngblood. Youngblood walked and scored in the first. Beto out of the windup, a lot of movement with the hands. And he blows a fastball past Youngblood for strike 1.
Beto settled in here.
Starting to find that rhythm. His 1-1 offering, curveball bounced foul behind home plate. And Beto now ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes as he steps in front of the mound, now paces around the back.
We see pitchers in the big leagues sometimes need an inning or 2 to get settled in, and it looks like Beto's done just that after giving up 2 runs in the first.
1-2 curveball hangs upstairs. You're very right, Joey. That first inning, a couple of balls hit hard. It's been nothing but weak contact since, and he's got 5 putouts today that have been either bounced back to him or to the first baseman, Bird. 2-2 fastball. Cut on and missed, strike 3. And Wyatt Beto works a 1-2-3 top of the third as his team, the Grizzly, remain in front 4-2 as we go to the bottom half of the frame after this on the CWL YouTube. Home half of the third at Palm Springs Stadium. The Alberta Grizzly lead the Manitoba North Stars 4-2. As Trey Morale starts off Sam Frontino with a slider. On the outside corner, called strike one. Morale has given up 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings as his fastball runs up and in, ball 1. It's Frontino, Arriola, and Hall due up for the Grizzly. Morale works out of the windup. Curveball slips and goes over the bent back shoulders of Frontino. Ball 2.
Morale hasn't had his best command in this game.
Has not been the Trey Morale that we've seen to start the year as that fastball runs up and in as well.
Yeah, in the open we were talking about, he has 19 strikeouts in 9 innings and no strikeouts this morning.
3-1, skied out toward right field. Starting back was Youngblood. Now he comes in and makes a shoulder-high catch with one hand for the first out of the inning.
Morale looking for a shutdown inning here in the third.
It's not even the lack of strikeouts for Morale that is perplexed us. It's you've got a guy who walked 2 batters in 9 innings so far this season as he gets Arriola waving at a breaking ball for strike 1, and he's already issued 2 free passes in 2 1/3 today. Morale works from the third base side of the rubber. Tall guy, 6'7", and the 0-1 curve misses in. Ball 1. One of the taller guys we have at the league here is Trey Morale, and he shows it on the mound.
Yes.
Uses that size and length to his advantage with an over-the-top delivery as he spins a curveball in at the knees for strike 2. The North Stars defense plays straight up against Noah Arriola, who singled home a run in the first. 1-2, pulled down the left field line, but foul.
Arriola hit a RBI single his last time up and was part of the 4-6-3 double play that Jake Hall hit into,
which really saved that first inning for the North Stars.
Yes.
1-2, fouled back just to the right side of our press box.
It really did. That was a huge, huge double play back in the first that limited the damage for the Grizzly.
But Morale still looking to put up his first 0 through the windup. 1-2 slider. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Best slider we've seen from Trey Morale today. Started on the front hip of Arriola, then dove over the inside part of the plate. Gets the whiff, gets his first strikeout, and he gets the second out of this home third.
We spoke that into existence for Morale.
I wish we were that powerful, Joey. I truly do. There's the slider once again, called a strike in the lower portion of the zone to Jake Hall, who, as Joey mentioned, bounced into a 4-6-3 double play in the opening inning. Now he pulls one down the third base line, but foul, and just foul it goes.
Baseball, a game of inches. Just a couple inches away from being a double, maybe even a triple all the way down the line.
An inch
left.
to the right,
yeah,
it's a hit. An inch to the right and an inch down, it's popping off that base.
Yeah.
But Morale ahead in the count, 0-2. He wheels and deals, and the fastball lined back into the netting to extend the at-bat for Jake Hall. Morale kicks and goes. 0-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Looking like the Trey Morale of starts 1 and 2 as he works a 1-2-3 third, striking out a pair. But his team still trails 4-2 as we go to the fourth on the CWL YouTube.
guess you'll tell me.
Top of the fourth from Palm Springs Stadium. Jacob Kronberg, Joey Senna on the CWL YouTube. As Wyatt Beto begins his battle with Christian Pagalitis. It's a fastball upstairs, ball one. Pagalitis doing the catching now and is hitting for the first time in replacement of Cole Rankin. And he fouls the 1-0 back into the netting. Strike one. Right on right the matchup as Beto works with his right foot on the rubber, his left foot off. Hands start hip high. Now he goes through the motion home. And the 1-1 picks off the outside corner. Strike two. Beto ahead in the count, and the 1-2 offering. Curveball. Spins in, called strike three. Pagalitis can't believe it. And a beautiful 12-6 curve from Beto. Picks up out number one.
Beto has found his rhythm on the mound. After giving up 2 runs back in the first, he's settled down, and he's looking good.
Much cleaner since the first, where he gave up those 2 runs. His team leading 4-2 is Beto and the Grizzly. First pitch, fastball runs away to Xiaopin Ho. The shortstop today, the relief pitcher yesterday. Jack of all trades is Xiaopin. Corner infielders hug the line. Middle infielders straight up. Beto's 1-0, bounce to the left side. Waiting on it is Areola. He gloves, a strike across the diamond to Bird. Gets Xiaopin Ho. For out number 2.
Nice job from Bird Jr. to dig that out of the dirt at first base. He's done that a couple of times.
And now we've got another right-handed hitter. Brian Kloppe works with righty after righty after righty. A lot of times you'll see coaches try and alternate that righty-lefty, similar to the pattern on like the stripes of a zebra, mixing back and forth. But a lot of right-handed hitters in a row for Kloppe's lineup and the North Stars. Beto's 1-0. Breaking ball popped foul out of play behind home plate. One and one the count to Bradley O'Neill. O'Neill bounced out to Beto his first time up as he lets the curveball spin inside. 4-2. 6 straight retired by Wyatt Beto, trying to protect his team's 2-run lead. It's the Grizzly 4, the North Stars 2. Beto out of the windup. 2-1 fastball. Dots the outer edge. Did pop out of the mitt of the catcher, Murphy.
Looking for another shutdown inning here in the 4th for Beto.
Beto's 2-2 pitch. Chopped foul on the left side. Looks like a couple of defensive changes have actually been made for the Grizzly. Waturo Kumagai into play third. Rio Kogure at short. Tomakai Shirei plays second base now, and Andre White out and right. From what I can tell so far. The next 2-2, fastball at the knees, strike 3 called. A freeze frame to end it as Wyatt Beto works another perfect inning. And we've reached the midway point. It's the Alberta Grizzly 4 and the Manitoba North Stars 2. More baseball right after this on the CWL YouTube. 5, 6, 7 due up in the order for the Alberta Grizzly as Rio Kogure gets his first at-bat. Kogure came in as a defensive replacement last half inning for Anthony Pamilia. 1-0 to Kogure, misses low, ball 2. This will begin the slew of substitutions in Jared Lemieux's lineup. It's a luxury to have basically 2 full lines of infield between your starters and your bench. 2-1, runs downstairs to Kogure. And a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Three-one slider darts over the outside corner and is called for strike 2.
Morale working quickly.
3-2 pitch fouled away by Kogure as the Grizzly look to extend their 4-2 lead. Trey Morale coming off his first 0 of the ball game in the home third. Payoff pitch, part 3. Bounced back to the mound. Off to his right is Morale to glove. Sets his feet, and a strong feed to first gets Kogure for out number 1.
We've seen a lot of comebackers today from both teams.
A lot of soft contact after that first inning. Ethan Baker, who remains in the game in the designated hitter's position, bats now with 1 out and nobody on. First pitch bounced in front of the home plate. Pagalitas out to field, takes his time, and the throw gets Baker by half a step.
Nice play there from Pagalitas. Taking his time, not rushing the throw.
Baker hustling out of the box, and that Baltimore chop around home plate made it a closer play than I'm sure many expected. First pitch slider misses low to Travius Ford. Playing in his first game with the Grizzly, he popped out to the shortstop, Xiaopin Ho, back in the second. 1-0, hefty cut, swung on and missed. Morale now beginning to work quicker as he stands firm on the mound. Hands in his gut as he begins his motion home. 1-1, lifted out toward right field. Coming in is Youngblood, lines it up and makes the catch. For out number 3, back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Trey Morale. We are through 4 full. It's the Grizzly 4 and the North Stars 2 on the CWL YouTube. Brett Dondy leads off the top of the fifth for the Manitoba North Stars, who trail the Alberta Grizzly 4-2. First pitch from Wyatt Beto. Fastball in the upper crust of the zone, called strike one. Donady 0 for 1, struck out swinging back in the second. Beto from the windup. A 1 breaking ball swung over for strike two. Beto working at a faster and faster pace as the inning goes on. Bouncer left side. Kumagai cuts it off. Submarine throw across the diamond gets Donady. Flashy play and a tough arm angle for Waturo Kumagai, but made it look pretty easy.
Fantastic play thrown across his body. Submarine in it, like you said. Very accurate throw.
Making it look simple. Waturo Kumagai at the hot corner. First pitch curveball to Chi-Hao 2. Throws him a bit off guard. Took a hefty hack at it and was well in front for strike one. A 1 fastball off the end of the bat. Soft line drive to second and snagged on the shoe tops of Tomakai Shirei for out number 2. And a couple of quick outs under the belt of Wyatt Beto in this fifth inning, who looked shaky to begin things, allowing 2 runs in that first inning. Has now set the tone of this ballgame, working at his own speed and commanding the pace of everything.
And inducing soft balls.
2 outs, nobody on. And back to the top of the order for the North Stars as Taylor Lomack takes strike one at the knees. A lot of soft contact.
Yes.
Beto kicks and goes, and the curveball chopped foul. And instead of trying to escape the foul ball in their direction, 3 Grizzlies hop up trying to make a play. None of them can, though. We won't give them an error this time around. But you did make an effort at the ball, guys. 0-2 the count to Lomack. Base is empty, and the infield is playing him to pull. Beto's 0-2. Slap to the right side. Inside the first base bag and down the line. Lomack with great speed around first, digging for second. Andre White's throw in, not in time. 2-out double for Taylor Lomack with that blistering speed. Made it to second easily.
Lomack has a lot of speed. I wonder if he's going to try to take third base and maybe score on a pass ball or something like that. Try to steal a run if you're the North Stars.
It was the 4th hit of the game for them, and Lomack stole 5 bases yesterday. So stealing third is very much in play as Beto stares him down. Shirei holds him on, but Beto turns and goes. First pitch curveball. Drops into the zone for a called strike to Nick Panzetta, who doubled back in the first and grounded out back to Beto in the third. Close eye on Lomack. The 0-1 runs up and into Panzetta and evens the count at a ball and a strike. Four to 2, the score in favor of the Alberta Grizzly. Looking for win number 4 of the year. North Stars trying to play spoiler, down by 2. Both middle infielders hold on Lomack as the 1-1 is lifted straight back foul. I'm telling you, 3-4 inches higher, that ball is coming right at our computer screens. And
straight into the press box. We're going to get a ball in here at some point during this season. It's almost happened.
Oh, we will definitely get a ball up here, and I almost assuredly will not catch it. 1-2 the count to Panzetta. Holds the hands low, closer to his right hip, and raises them as Beto comes to a belt-high set. A look at Lomack, now the 1-2. Popped up foul. This one over the press box and lands right behind us as Panzetta extends the at-bat.
I don't know if I'm going to cover my face, cover the screens, or just panic and not cover anything.
You quickly pull the screens down and then guard. then guard your face. Guard the moneymaker. Lomac, great speed off second, will score on any hit to the outfield. 1-2, bouncer to the left side. Charging is Kumagai. He cuts it off. Good throw to first. Barely gets Panzetta. A defensive clinic by Waturo Kumagai in this top of the fifth, as Wyatt Beto works around a 2-out double by Taylor Lomac. Going to the bottom of the fifth, it's the Grizzly 4 and the North Stars 2 on the CWL YouTube. A 4-2 lead for the Alberta Grizzly over the Manitoba North Stars as we begin the bottom of the fifth. Trey Morale still out there for Manitoba, as his first pitch curveball misses up and out to Vincent Bird Jr. for ball one. Bird continues to blister baseballs all across the diamond as he swings over a slider for strike one. Vincent doubled back in the second inning to straightaway center field. 97 miles an hour off the bat, and it short hopped the wall with the 400 sign on it.
Yeah, he couldn't have hit it much harder than that.
1-1 from Morale, and he pulls the string on a changeup, getting Bird ahead, and it's now 1-2. Infield hangs to the right side, expecting Bird to pull on the ground. The outfield plays straight up. Morale with the hands tucked in the gut, staggered stance on the rubber. Using those long arms and legs, goes home, and the slider swung over and missed for strike three. And we've talked so much about how Wyatt Beto on the Grizzly side has settled in. We've seen 2 straight scoreless innings from Trey Morale, and now he gets Bird Jr. to begin the home fifth.
It took Morale a little bit longer than Beto to settle in, but Morale's in his groove now.
His team trailing 4-2, and Trey hopes to keep it that way. A sharp slider gets Murphy swinging over it for strike one. Morale out of the windup. 0-1 curve hangs upstairs. Two runs in the first, 2 in the second for the Alberta Grizzly. Just 2 in the first for the North Stars, and that's where we stand. With the Grizz in front, 4-2, as Murphy swings over another breaking ball. Falling behind in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. The center fielder, Panzetta, shades to right center field as Morale misses away, ball 2.
Jackson Murphy had a great at-bat his last time up, hitting a sacrifice fly, bringing in the runner from third.
2-2, cut on and missed, strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs for Trey Morale as he gets the best of Jackson Murphy this time around.
Managers love to see that. If you can move over a runner, bring in a run on a sac fly.
the ability to play smart and controllable baseball.
Yes.
First pitch breaking ball drops into the zone and is called a strike to Jose Abraham Martinez, who pinch hits for Desmond Gates. 0-1 hits Martinez. So after a couple of strikeouts to begin things, Martinez wears the 0-1 pitch on his left elbow and will meander down to first.
Martinez is happy where it hit him. He had a pad on his elbow right there.
Martinez aboard with good speed. He'll be held on by the first baseman O'Neill as Tomokai Shirei bats for the first time. Opening pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs, ball 1. Shirei came in defensively to replace Sam Frontino back in the 4th. Morales 0-1. Good slider. Lands in the upper crust of the zone and is called a strike. Working out of the stretch is Morales. Slide step, and he hummed the fastball right past him. 1-2 now in favor of Trey Morale and the North Stars, who trail 4-2 and are hoping their starting pitcher can put up another 0 and let the offense start to click. Letter high set with the arms extended. Runner goes. 1-2 curve lifted up and out of play on the right side. And we'll do it again.
The first inning, it looked like we're going to have a high-scoring game, but the pitchers have been locked in here in the last 3 innings, putting up zeros on the board.
No run has been scored since the home half of the second. 1-2 pitch, fastball at the knees, strike 3 called. A 3-strikeout inning for Trey Morale. He puts up his 3rd consecutive 0. And we're at the end of the 5th with the Grizzly leading the North Stars 4-2. More baseball on the CWL YouTube when we return.
Welcome back to Southern California here at Palm Springs Stadium. 4-2 the Grizzly lead as we head into the top of the 6th inning. Wyatt Beto, the pitcher, has been absolutely locked in since giving up 2 runs back in the first inning. Leading off for the North Stars here in the 6th is Denver Blinn. Heart of the lineup due up 3, 4, and 5. Blinn, Pagalitas, or Blinn, Youngblood, and Pagalitas due up. The 0-2 hit hard into left field. Going back on it, and it is out of here. A home run, the second home run we've seen here at the stadium. Denver Blinn gets an applause from the crowd here as he rounds the bases. And the North Stars trail 4-3 now in the sixth. Blinn, an absolute shot over the wall in left field. First run given up by Beto since the first. Ball one to Daniel Youngblood. And we'll have a mound visit. Quick chat with Beto and Murphy. And Jared Lemieux. You don't usually see a mound visit during an at-bat. It's a 1-0 count to Youngblood. Quick chat. As Jared Lemieux heads off the field. Beto will take a little walk behind the mound. 4-3, the Grizzly lead here in the top of the sixth. Nobody out. First run we've seen since the home half of the second was a shot by Denver Blinn. Home run over the wall out in left field. Beto settles back in. The 1-1. Strike two to Youngblood, the right fielder. Who's 0 for 1? He struck out swinging back in the third, and he walked and scored a run back in the first. Beto works from the windup, the 1-2. Swung on and missed from Youngblood. So after allowing the home run to start this inning, Beto comes right back with a strikeout. Brings up Christian Pagalitas, the catcher for the North Stars. Pagalitas is 0 for 1. He struck out back in the fourth. He takes ball one. Pagalitas, the 1-0. Takes on the outside corner from Beto. Strike one. Ball in the dirt, ball two. Pagalitas is hitting .250 early on in this CWL season. Small sample size, though, only 1 for 4. Now 1 for 5 with this strikeout back in the fourth. The 2-1 from Beto, just outside, ball 3. Beto's only walked 1 batter, and that was back in the first inning when he was still trying to find his command. Little blooper to the second baseman, who flips over. Out number 2. Koguri at second base, making a nice play. So nobody on and 2 away for Xiao Pinho. Strike one on the outside corner. Xiao Ho still looking for his first hit this morning. He's 0 for 2, grounded out to third both times. Takes ball 1 in the dirt. Nice dig there from Murphy behind the plate. Beto looks in the 1-1. In the dirt once again. Spikes that one. 2 balls and 1 strike. Beto takes a quick trip around the mound. Takes a deep breath. And settles back in from the windup. The 2-1. Hit towards the left side. Kumagai, the third baseman, throws over to first in time. After allowing the home run to Denver Blinn, shutdown inning after that. And we head to the home half of the 6th inning. The Grizzly lead 4-3. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the bottom of the 6th inning. Big hack there for strike 1. To Wachuro Kumagai, who has shown off his arm strength at third base, delivering a few nice throws over to Vincent Bird Jr. at first.
He's only played a couple innings over there in this contest, and he has flashed the leather, Joey.
First at bat here for Kumagai is hit towards the right side. O'Neill, the first baseman, will take it himself. One up and one down for Morale. Both these pitchers giving their team a lot of innings here.
Look, I'll tell you, Joey, you showed me those first 2 innings from Trey Morale. I was not going to predict him pitching into the 6th and effectively in this 6th inning. His team just down a run.
He's kept his team in it. Ground ball up the middle. Xiao Ho unable to make a play on it. That'll be an E6. For Andre White, who took over for Jake Hall. We'll have a quick mound visit, and that will be it for Morale, who gave his team good length after struggling with his command early on in the game. So with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th, we'll have a new pitcher for the North Stars, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. In the bottom of the 6th inning, the Grizzly lead the North Stars 4-3. There's one away for the new pitcher, Hugo Suarez, who's making his first appearance on the mound. Rio Kogure steps in from the left side. Ball one way outside from Suarez. White on first. After the error by Xiaopin Ho, the shortstop. Suarez deals a 2-0. Finding the strike zone for the first time on the outside corner to Kogure. Two balls, one strike, one on, and one away. White taking second base, sliding in head first.
Look, Suarez is not that quick to the plate. You just surrendered a run to make it a one-run game. Trying to get that lead extension once again. And now you got White in scoring position with less than 2 out.
3-1 on the inside corner. Strike two to Kogure. That was Andre White's first stolen base of the season. Ball four. White takes third base as the ball gets away from Pigalitas. So runners on first and third for Ethan Baker. Grizzly lead 4-3. They're looking to tack on to that here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 on and 1 out. Strike one delivered by Hugo Suarez. Do you expect to see Kogure to run here?
I don't know why you wouldn't take off at some point in this at-bat, especially because a double play ends the inning and they're forfeiting the run sitting at third right now. Try and make something happen on the bases. I'd probably take off on this 1-1 pitch.
Kogure stays put at first base. The ball's in the dirt. 2-1. Ethan Baker is 0 for 1. He had a comebacker his last time up in the 4th, and he walked and scored a run back in the 2nd. Runner takes off, like you predicted, Jacob. No thrown from Pagalitas behind the plate with the runner on third base. Ducks on the pond for Ethan Baker here in the bottom of the 6th. Grizzly lead 4-3. Swing and a miss. A big strikeout there from Hugo Suarez. That'll bring up Travius Ford, the center fielder, looking for his first hit this morning.
Looks like there's action in the Grizzly pen. It appears Braden Bonner may get a chance to come into the 7th and pick up a save.
0-1, Ford fouls that. Trickling behind home plate. Ford flew out to right back in the 4th. And in the 2nd, he hit an infield pop-up to Xiaopin Ho, the shortstop. The 0-2 is belted heads up at third base for Andre White, who ducked out of the way in time. Andre White at third base after the error by Ho. Kogure at second base after he was walked. Suarez facing forward. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on, and 2 out. Put into play through the hole on the left side. That'll bring in a couple more runs for the Grizzly. They tack on to their lead and now leads 6-3 on that RBI single from Ford. Making a good impression his first day on the Grizzly.
Nothing like tacking on a few insurance runs for the new squad if you're Travius Ford. Largest lead that Alberta's had today.
Brings up the power-hitting lefty, Vincent Burr Jr., who is 1 for 2. Throw over, Ford gets back, diving back head first in time. Vincent Burr Jr. hit a belting double in straightaway center in the second. Ford takes off. The throw gets by Ho, the shortstop, and they're still messing with it. Ford goes all the way home, and the throw not in time. Ford scores from first base after the ball gets away from Xiaopin Ho and Denver Blinn out there in shallow center field. The Grizzly have now scored 3 runs here in the 6th.
There goes Braden Bonner's save opportunity.
Right out the window.
They'll send Pamilia down there instead now to warm up.
Time is called. Bird Jr. steps back in. The 1-1 is up and in. Ball 2 from Hugo Suarez, who just barehanded it on the throwback from Pagalitas. Suarez looks in, delivers way outside. We might see a home run from Vincent Bird Jr. at some point this season here at the stadium.
Definitely, with the way he's squaring up the baseball.
Yeah. 3-1, put into play, hit to O'Neill, the first baseman, who still had a play as Suarez was coming over to cover, but the throw gets away. Bird Jr. will reach on an error.
This was a rather clean defensive game until 3 errors have been committed by Manitoba this inning.
The Grizzly with a 7-3 lead here in the home half of the 6th. Now batting is a catcher, Jackson Murphy, who is 0 for 1. A big hack there for strike 1. He struck out back in the 5th, and in the 2nd, he had a sacrifice fly. That's fouled back. Murphy behind, 0-2, with 2 outs here in the 6th. Bird Jr. takes the lead from first. Outside ball 1. Grizzly only with 4 hits, but they've taken advantage of the errors, and they've been busy on the base path, stealing bases. The 1-2 just upstairs and away. 2-2. Thanks for joining us on the California Winter League YouTube channel for Game 1 of our 2-game slate here at Palm Springs Stadium. Fouled back into Sunrise Park behind us. We'll do it again. We hope you can join us for Game 2. That will feature the Palm Springs Chill and Canada A's. Throw over, not in time to get Bird Jr. at first. Two-two from Suarez As the inside heads up, Jackson Murphy. Full count to Murphy. 2 outs here in the 6th. Swung on and missed. That will retire the side, but not before the Grizzly tack on 3 more runs. We head to the top of the 7th. Grizzly leads 7-3. Welcome back. We are here in the 7th inning. The Grizzly lead 7-3. The new pitcher for the Grizzly is Anthony Pamelia. Leading off the 7th for the North Stars is Bradley O'Neill. 7, 8, 9 hitters due up. Swinging at the first pitch is O'Neill, who hits a ball into center field. Ford settles under it. 1 pitch and 1 out.
That'll play if you're Pamelia out of the pen for sure. Finish off this W as quick as you can. For potential W barring North Stars rally.
We saw a crazy rally in yesterday's game.
6th spot in the bottom of the 6th.
Yes. The 0-1 to Brett Donady. Outside corner for Pamelia, strike 2. Donady's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to third. Puts this ball in play to White, the right fielder. He'll track it down. 2 fly ball outs for Pamelia. Quick outs, too.
He's just throwing strikes. You've seen him come out of the pen before for this Grizzly team, and he's a strike thrower, and that plays a big role, especially when your team's got a comfortable-ish lead in the final inning.
Brings up Chihao 2. Takes low for ball 1. 2 singled back in the 2nd inning. Pamelia looks in and deals on the outside corner, strike 1. Working from the windup, just foul down the third base line. One ball, 2 strikes and 2 outs for the Grizzly. 1-2 broken bat. Is hit into shallow right field. Nice play by Kogure. And that's the ball game. The Grizzly will take this one 7-3 against the North Stars. Thank you for joining us on the California Winter League YouTube channel. I'm Joey Senna alongside Jacob Kronberg. We hope you can join us for Game 2 in just about 30 minutes. Until then, take care.